Hello, I'm Blue, short for Blueberry. Today is a big day. It's the day that I have been oh so luckily picked from the blueberry box. It looks like my journey is beginning. Wow, it's wet in here. This is where the digestion process begins by mechanically reducing the size of solid particles and mixing them with saliva. I've heard all about the tongue and its mystical powers. Everyone always talks about the saliva it secretes. Apparently it's made from 3 different salivary glands. The parotid secretes the watery fluid, the submandibular produces the majority of the saliva, and the sublingual make it thick and stringy. Ow, ow, ow! These incisors are sharper than I thought. Great, now I'm all mashed up into different pieces. Good thing the soft palate and epiglottis are here to help me. The soft palate rises to prevent me from entering the nasal cavity, while the epiglottis closes the top of the trachea to prevent me from entering the lungs. How nice of them. Wow, we're going down. I'm yelling timber! This must be the esophagus, the long tube that carries me down the stomach. It's 10 inches. Uh-oh. I'm finally here, in the infamous stomach. This is so exciting. First, I entered through the lower esophageal sphincter, and then went through the cardio region, and the body of the stomach, which let me tell you, Billy's gastric folds are legendary. They're actually known as rugae, and they expand and contract depending on the amount of food in the stomach. Thankfully, I made it in here without any complications, such as heartburn. Also, Billy's cardiac sphincter was closing, so the acid from the stomach doesn't make its way up the esophagus. I guess I spoke too soon, but I'm sure Billy will be fine. Heartburn is actually pretty common, and you can take pills called Tums to neutralize the stomach acid. Wow, look at all the cells on the lining of the stomach. I know that the chief cells secrete pepsinogen, which helps break down materials in the stomach. Parietal cells secrete hydrochloric acid, which reacts with the inactive pepsinogen to create an enzyme called pepsin. Pepsin is the active enzyme that breaks down food like meat. Mucus cells just secrete mucus, which is very helpful because it lines the stomach with a thick acid and enzyme-resistant barrier. Next, the pancreas secretes pancreatic juices, which have enzymes to even further the breakdown for food to digest. First, there's pancreatic lipase, which digests fat and breaks triglycerides into tiny acids. Then there's trypsin, chymotrypsin, and carboxypeptidase, which all digest my proteins. And last, there's pancreatic amylase to digest my carbohydrates. Looks like I'm moving on to the liver. The liver secretes bile, which is yellowish-green and contains bile salts. The liver does amazing things for the body every day. It destroys damaged red blood cells and detoxifies. Uh-oh, looks like Billy might have jaundice. Jaundice yellows the skin and eyes and increases bilirubin in the blood. It can occur if too many red blood cells are dying or breaking down. It can also occur if the liver is overloaded or damaged. Hopefully Billy will go to the doctor soon. I can't worry too much about Billy. I have places to go and enzymes to meet. Looks like my next stop is the small intestines. They absorb all my healthy nutrients and transports the residues to the large intestines. There are intestinal enzymes to split me into smaller parts. Peptidase splits my peptides into amino acids. Intestinal lipase splits my fats into fatty acids. Lactase splits my double sugars into simple sugars. Wow, looks like I'm being moved by periodic ring-like contractions into the large intestines. But first, I must go through the ileocecal valve, which separates the 2 organs. By the time I've gotten to the large intestines, there's barely anything left of me. The large intestine absorbs all my electrolytes and dihydrogen oxide. After this, I must be transported out of the body in a process called defecation, where all my undigested materials leave the body through the anus and feces.